Brent is going through with us this morning from BOATERexam.com some of the things we need to be remembering, not only during Awareness Week, but the whole season being out on the boat. So first things first.
Life jackets or PFDs, yeah, absolutely. So, there's over 100 boating-related deaths per year in Canada. A lot of people aren't wearing these on the boat. It's not law, but obviously it's common sense. You should be wearing them.
Yeah.
It's not like the olden days with the big keyhole life jackets that you saw on the Titanic. These are slim, they're light. You don't even notice that they're on.
Yeah, so this is the kind you can be wearing in the boat, but you have to be wearing this one.
Yeah, so for these inflatable PFDs, personal flotation devices, they're only approved if you're wearing them.
Yeah.
So unlike some of the other PFDs, the more traditional ones that you see, these are approved. You have to make sure there's enough on board for all the passengers on boat. You can see there's some kids PFDs here and some adult ones as well. You need to make sure that they fit everybody appropriately, and you've got one for not only everyone on board, but if you're towing anyone for any towed water sports like wakeboarding or water skiing, you need to make sure you have one for them as well.
An appropriate one for that. You couldn't wear this for that.
Right, exactly.
No, yeah. And then this one has something you should be looking for on the label.
Yep, so Transport Canada approved. So all the new PFDs in Canada are TC approved, Transport Canada approved. Some of the older ones are Coast Guard approved. Those are still legal. What you have to be careful is that you don't buy a U.S. Coast Guard approved one, because at this point they're not approved in Canada.
But you can buy them here, so you need to be careful.
Yeah, so a lot of vendors do sell them, but just make sure, legally if you get pulled over, they have to have that accreditation on there. If they're old, make sure there's no rips and tears on them, because then they will be void if that happens.
All buckles should work, go in and click for you. Yeah, everything has to be checked.
Exactly. So these inflatables, there's a CO2 cartridge that's inside, and you can show it here in yours. So if you're pulling it out for the first time in the season, you want to make sure that it's still green means good to go. It's still loaded and charged. You can buy replacement ones, so obviously if you happen to use one, you need to get a new one and recharge it. But it's a good idea to inflate these manually yourself at the beginning of the season. So it's got a sort of tube here. You can blow this up on your own so you don't use up a cartridge. Leave it overnight so that you make sure that it doesn't deflate overnight. You can also notice if there's any rips or tears or anything like that.
Yeah.
Then you can deflate it, load it up with the CO2, and you're good to go.